In the Film Sphere, I'm Brian Hogue.
Wesley Club.
And we just got out of watching 28 Years Later, the sequel that came out 23 years later after the last movie, and has had a lot of hype as Danny Boyle and Alex Garland have returned for this long-awaited sequel. And Wesley, why don't you start with your thoughts first?
I will I think I first have to mention I watched the first one 28 days later, not even 2 hours before we saw this. So I'm pretty fresh on the idea and kind of what of the world Danny has made. But from what I've seen from the first one, I think he's made a great evolution from the first movie. Kind of the new world, and I think he's added a lot of elements that I think evolved from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Some other things I can say is great cast, acted incredibly well, the setting was great, and excited to see what comes up next.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the first two films. I think 28 Days Later changed the zombie genre, maybe for the worse, because then it kind of created a lot of carbon copies of itself, similar to how The Matrix did in the 90s. But I can say I'm pretty satisfied with what we got. I love the cast. I love the sort of new bits of lore and new bits of evolution, like you said, that we get, especially with the zombies. And talking about the zombies or the infected, the gore, the action is like crazy and over stylistic, like Danny Boyle usually delivers. It's very tense, especially the first act of the film. But also, I also dug a lot of the more emotional elements of the second act. I think where it falls flat for me and what keeps it from being like this top spot for like my movies of the year, which I thought it was gonna be, would probably be towards like some of like the loose threads left for the next movie that comes out. That comes out very soon, which I get it, it's a trilogy, but it does leave me it leaves me wanting more, and the way it's structured kind of just comes off as really just paced really weird, especially that ending. I know a lot of people are talking about the ending, but overall super enjoyable. I would say I would recommend to go watch this. Like 100% go watch it. Get excited for the second movie. But I think if you're going in expecting full-on Aaron Taylor Johnson fighting the zombies the entire time, you're not going to be getting that. You're going to be getting a lot of different things that you're not expecting. But go in blind, I would say.
Yeah. Going in blind, I think is great. I think you'll be surprised at the very different style. I think that's what surprised me the most. Was the very unique style.
Oh yeah, like film, like you're not gonna see another movie looking like this. But yeah, that was 28 Years Later. Tell me what you guys think. This has been the Film Sphere. I'm Brian Hogue.
Wesley Club.
Be good people.